He had no explanation. I told him, Ravan, you celebrate Ravan Leela every year. You believe Ravan is your god. But do you know that Ravan was a Brahmin? He didn't agree. I bought the Tamil Ramayana, Kambat Ramayana to show him. Since then he has stopped talking about Ravan. He only talks about Rama. When I was arguing this Ram Setu case in Supreme Court, he says, who's Swami to say this is Ram Setu? Did Ram build it? Has he got an engineering degree from some college? He fell sick the next day and he was admitted to Ramchandra Medical Hospital. So I wrote him a letter, get well soon, at least Rama has got an MBBS, you can be sure of that. Now this kind of thing is now permitted in different ways in India. And one of them is this Hindu terror. WikiLeaks says that Rahul Gandhi told the American diplomat that more dangerous than Lashkar-e-Toiba and Islamic terrorism is Hindu terror. I always knew he was a moron, but this was a confirmation. He spent 3 months in Harvard University on an industrialist donation quota. One family friend who is an industrialist based in London gave $11 million to Harvard Medical School. So he got an admission. In the 3 months he was in Harvard, before they asked him to go home, he had been 3 times for detoxification for narcotics. And Congress party says, make him Prime Minister. Your overseas congressman, Malhotra, Dr. Malhotra. He says, please take good care of him. What happened when Sonia Gandhi filed a defamation case through this Malhotra filed a defamation case against Kataria? She didn't have the nerve to come on the witness box, and the suit was dismissed on the very first hearing. These charges were published in a full-page advertisement of the New York Times. Now, they are attacking Ramdev. Only reason he is wearing Bhagwa Kapda, therefore he is being attacked. Digvijay Singh says he's taken black money because he's taking money in cash. And that is corruption. How is that corruption? Corruption can only take place if a public official misuses the office to benefit somebody in return for the money that he got from him. That is corruption. I'm a corrupt fellow, I carry cash in my pocket, I take a taxi and give the taxi driver some cash. Does it mean that the taxi driver is also corrupt? When a sadhu accepts dakshina, how is he going to decide whether it's corruption or not? Now, thanks to Chidambaram, we don't even know whether the currency we have in our hand is printed in Pakistan or is printed in India. Because the currency paper is not produced in India. So Mr. Chidambaram decided that a De La Rue company in London will buy from that. Our intelligence bureau people said, please don't do that, because they sell to currency paper for printing Pakistan currency or to Pakistan. But he overruled them. And then after that, ISI, when it found out, they went and bought currency paper from De La Rue, and they printed it, and through Nepal, today 30% of our currency in our country is printed by ISI in Pakistan. And that's how the terrorists are able to finance themselves. This is the people who are calling us Hindu terror. In 2007, there was a Samjhauta Express train explosion. The government of India prepared voluminous reports saying that this is Lashkar-e-Toiba's work, and sent it to the United States saying that please ensure that Lashkar-e-Toiba is declared as a terrorist organization. The United States sent it to FBI and CIA, and then they also added some documents and were sent to the UN Security Council. And the UN Security Council declared Lashkar-e-Toiba as an international terrorist organization. Now they say, no, that was not done by Lashkar-e-Toiba. It was done by Swami Asimananda and some Hindu terrorists. Americans are not accepting it. Even now in the Hadley trial, they are continuing to say that the Samjhauta Express was the work of Lashkar-e-Toiba. How can you do such a somersault? Just because the Home Minister has changed, therefore the whole idea is to change. There is no Hindu terror, because Hindu terror must be a group which wants to, by violence, bring about Hindu Rashtra in India. There is no such group. Even if we accept the government version of those who have been arrested under Hindu terror, it is that these people wanted to teach the Muslims a lesson for their explosions. There is no talk of overawing the Muslim population or the Hindu population to establish a Hindu Rashtra, for which is the definition. After all, what is the Islamic terror? They want to establish Darul Islam in India by overawing the Indian people. And that's why it is called terrorist. Some violent people, 4 or 5 people, violent people, even if we accept the government's version of it, doesn't make it Hindu terror. And therefore, this government has become bankrupt. And they are therefore saying this. Our enemies are focusing on our brain. They are trying to impact our brain so that you become defensive. You have an inferiority complex, being called yourself a Hindu. Numbers don't matter. We may be 1 billion people, of which 800, 900 million people may be Hindus. But the numbers don't matter in the end, finally. It's not sufficient. Numbers are important, but not sufficient. If you have 1,000 goats standing in one place and one tiger comes, the majority is the goats. But on seeing the tiger, they will all run away. These goats are enough kick in their back hind, their legs, that if they all together started kicking the tiger, either tiger will run away or will die. But they don't, because their mind is frightened. So they go helter-skelter. They say India's GDP is growing, we are becoming world power. Strength is not enough. You go to a circus and you see 5 lions, all very strong, well-fed, and one thin, wiry ringmaster. He's inside a cage. Each of those lions can kill that fellow, the ringmaster. But ringmaster orders the lion, climb up, and cracks the whip. And these lions all quietly climb up. This is called the mindset. That is our problem. The Hindu is too timid. So now we have to therefore see that our mind is liberated. I don't blame Muslims, their mind is very clear. If in majority, you will get nothing. In Saudi Arabia, they are majority. Do they let you build a masjid? Do they let you build a temple? They will not let you build a temple. Can you celebrate Diwali in Saudi Arabia? Even inside your house, you cannot celebrate Diwali. Can you put Ramchandraji's photograph in your pocket and move around? No. That's because it's Darul Islam. Where they are majority, they don't care for minority rights. In Kashmir, they are in majority. What they have done? 500,000 Kashmiris, Pandits have been driven out. They are living in refugee camps. There is one answer only for that. We can't send the Pandits back. So out of 1 crore ex-servicemen in India, select 10 lakhs ex-servicemen who are still able-bodied and can fight, give them weapons, give them money and say go and settle in Kashmir. That is the only way. You send 500,000, we will send 1 million people, double that number. This pattern I see even in small places. In Mau in UP, it's a small district and majority Muslim. They are very clear. No minority rights. You cannot celebrate Diwali here. You cannot celebrate Ramayana here. All kinds of problems are going on there. Meerut is slowly becoming like that. In Tamil Nadu, the Muslim population is only 5%. But there are 40 town panchayats where they are majority. Go and see what they are doing to the Hindus there. I had to go to the court once to get amenities like schools and roads and all for the Hindu population of a Muslim majority. Town panchayat. In Kerala, one Christian professor took us some passage from some newspaper and asked them to correct the punctuation marks. That unfortunately, that article had some adverse references to Muhammad. So there was a Sharia court. It's illegal. But in Kerala there is Sharia court. And they said both his hands should be cut off. And 4 boys came when he was on a morning walk and cut both his hands off. Now this is amazing that in a country which is supposed to be secular, these things happen. I therefore don't blame the Muslims. They got their mind clear. It is the Hindus whose mind is not clear. It's in confusion. It's got what is called the Arjuna disease. Shall I fight? Shall I not fight? Learn that you are today facing a major threat which will come within the next 2 years. Maybe even earlier. Pakistan is slipping rapidly into the hands of the Taliban. They will get nuclear weapons. Osama bin Laden, when he was alive, had made a statement. India is an incomplete chapter in Islamic history. What did he mean by that? He meant by that wherever Muslims went and conquered, they converted the entire 100% of the population to Islam. They went to Iran, which is a Zoroastrian country, and in 15 years they made them 100% Muslim. So Iran became Muslim. They went to Babylon, which is now called Iraq, 21 years 100% Muslim. Egypt 17 years 100% Muslim. Christians went to Europe in 50 years 100% Christian. But here 800 years of Islam rule and 200 years of Christian rule through British imperialists, and we are still 80%. Now you must have been fighting. So that's what Osama bin Laden means by incomplete history. Why we have not become 100% Muslim? That chapter has to be completed.